So I want to talk about communication. Now, this book, is it really the book that I want you to read? Yes and no. I think this book comes from a place where it emphasizes mindfulness, and it emphasizes presence. And what I've learned is that learning to sit with your emotions, learning to sit with where you're at, um, like being able to communicate, first off, is it's essential. Your communication dictates your reality. So if you don't know how to communicate with people, you'll never be able to express your current reality, and you'll never actually be able to create what you intend to create in this life, right? So what I'm going to say is that some lessons, some key lessons, and why I think this book is relevant. Have I read the whole book? No, I've read through maybe mostly half of it, and what I'm learning is that when you communicate, it's not about what the other person is doing or your interpretation of what they're doing. It's about expressing how you feel, really expressing how you feel, but more importantly, expressing yourself clearly. So not getting bogged down by the emotions, but if you're in an emotional state, you're able to communicate that in a way that is clear, that is not blaming, that is not insinuating guilt, and is also strong and centered. So, this even happened with my wife last night. We were just talking, and I felt kind of like overlooked, right? And typically, my approach would be to kind of lecture her on, like, you know what, you're wrong because this, and that. But because I don't know, I have this intention. I want to be a better communicator. I want to connect with people. For me, it's not about being right or wrong. It's about being understood. So, and that's another principle, right? It's not about being right or wrong. It's about being understood. But what happened was I expressed how I felt. I told her, hey, so I'm feeling this way. I feel hurt. I feel like you're overlooking like what I'm doing. With that statement, it sounds like you're undermining my work. And and in that moment, she was able to communicate that that's not what she meant. She just wanted clarification, and and she was really, and I could see her tearing up, and I was also tearing up. And I expressed my truth, and the moment I expressed my truth was the moment that it switched, really, because I was acknowledging myself. I was acknowledging what was going on internally, and I'm also thinking about how like my wife is going to be seeing my reaction, right? I'm also very considerate of how she would react. I think in the past, when I have turned it into something like, you know that's not correct because this is my perspective, um, it's always led to much more conflict than was needed. And so I'm learning that going deeper into your heart space, and really speaking from that genuine place is how you're going to actually lead to connection. And so I'm learning to connect in that way, right? And it's really it's gonna really strip away a lot of um, the conflicts that I've had, where people can consider me to think I'm arrogant, or consider me to just be disconnected, which I don't think is really the case, but I can understand now why people would consider that. So for you, the viewer who's considering learning about communication, if for me at first I was like, why would I want to learn about communication? Like, I'm pretty good at it, blah blah. But now that I think about it, every conflict that I've had in my life has dealt with communication, right? If I had learned to step much more fully in my power, then then things would have worked out differently. I don't think I would live. I think I would have much better relationships now, if I learned to speak my truth. And I think that um, giving people that chance to know that, hey, you're not wrong. This is just where I'm at. Can we please, collaborate on this and see how we can work this out? Um, I think that's really important. That's also something that I'm learning from Say What You Mean. And I think another very important thing is the book states is, not being driven by emotions, not reacting, but taking this approach where you're able to withhold all of it, take it in, and communicate it in a way that is not hurtful, that is not directed, that is not an attack, that is very centered, that is very real, you know, and you're really taking that risk, and it is a risk. And so I think that everybody should read a book on communication, because you're going to be communicating with people all of your life. And I think that this is going to teach you how to step much fuller into who you are, who you truly are. And it will allow you to also just, and once you do that, you know, like you'll, for me, I perceive it as I have too much. I know that there are more better people coming, that are better relationships coming, that there are just better conversations coming, better forms of communication, better connection, because I'm able to speak my truth. I know that now. So anytime that I know that there's a doubt or there's a question in my mind, I want to make sure that I clear that up. So you know, I don't. My life is short. Everybody's life is short, and I'd rather go towards the people that I like, and and let the people know currently like where I'm at, so that no time is lost, and so that people understand me. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. I want people to understand me, and if they don't, then that's fine. Because you know, the moment that I acknowledge myself is the moment that I express that I understand myself, and so there's no need to, you know, get that approval from somebody else. It's just, if you want to engage, then this is where I'm at. So yeah. All right. Appreciate you tuning in. Hopefully, there's some gems there that can help. I'll see you soon. Stay lucid. Peace.